Today, this isn't a fancy video like I usually do with a message. It's just a quick live update. I almost didn't post a video this week because I have been really so busy, but I made a promise to myself to show up on Fridays, even if all I have is a few minutes and a few thoughts. And right now, life just feels like it's shifting in a lot of different directions at once. I've been busy. One of the things is because I work two jobs. I work for two hospitals, and one of them is for one of the largest hospitals in the country. And I don't meet patients face to face, but I speak with them every day. And lately, it's just been really emotionally very heavy. A lot of heartbreak and diagnoses, especially among younger people. And even though I've done this type of work for years, it seems to be getting to me more lately. Sometimes it's really hard at the end of the day when you clock out just to leave it behind. Some stories or some conversations of that day really just stay with you. And beyond that, I am rebuilding something that meant a lot to me, which is my website. But to explain why that matters, I have to go back a little bit. 4 years ago, when I left Boston and I moved to Minnesota, I didn't know a soul out here. I had raised my daughter on my own, and for over 20 years, she was my whole world. And so when she joined the Navy, everything shifted. For financial reasons, I suddenly found myself in a brand new place in the Midwest, yes, where I had never even visited before or had any interest in really. And, at age 50, I was completely starting over on my own. And so during that time, my wellness website became this anchor for me. It was where I offered integrative health coaching. I shared plant based recipes. I did Reiki. But more than that, it was me. It was something that I had built with love and piece by piece. And I poured every free moment I had into it. And so after work, that's where I went. And it gave me purpose and a connection when everything in my life at that time felt so unfamiliar. Then last summer, I lost it. That was due to some serious security issues with the platform that I used. My site got compromised, and it was very unsettling and very scary. And eventually, I had to shut it down because the support from the hosting company I got was almost non existent. And so the thing was really heartbreaking. The site for me was never just a project, it was really like a part of me. I had it for 4 years and I had met people through it, I had clients, and it was just something that I was so very proud of. And losing it felt like someone had erased a part of my voice. I still don't understand how someone could do that to destroy something a stranger had poured years of time and energy and heart into for what? It makes me sad to think about even now. And other than me losing my sight, it just I'm trying to be such a positive person and bring kindness into the world, and it really brought me back to the realization that not everyone has good intentions in this world. So for a while I told myself never again. I didn't want to go through this a second time. But over the past few months, I really missed it. I've missed having that space, that, creative little corner that felt like home. Yes. So I'm building a new site now. It will not be as polished because I don't have the budget for a professional design this time around. And I'm not offering any services right now, but I am creating it from scratch on my own, and that really feels empowering in a different way. I'll be using it to share recipes, reflections, affirmations, to promote two little books that now I'm selling on Amazon. And eventually I will offer some digital products. And I am also working on something that I'm really, really so excited about, which is a physical deck of affirmation cards in a box that I will be shipping myself. And, it's still in the early stages, but it really feels like a beautiful next step. And then maybe someday when life settles down a little bit, I will again offer distant Reiki and do a little bit of a health coaching. And oh, there's one more thing. I might be moving again. It's not confirmed yet, but I did end my lease. So in about 2 months, I will need to find a new place to live. My daughter is still deployed right now, but the idea of moving closer to her has been really, tugging at my heart. So the area that I'm probably moving to is very, very unfamiliar to me. It's in an area I've never been. It's small and quiet and military based, and it's so very different from the cities that I've always lived in. When I moved here from Boston, it was already such a big change. I went from a big East Coast city to a place where you have to drive like an hour and a half through the cornfields to get anywhere. But I adjusted and I found a great team at work, and I even made really close friends here. But starting over again at 54, it really brings up a lot because when you're younger, it's so much easier to meet people and to build a new circle. But, now most people my age, they have their own routines, they have their own circle of friends, their families, and that is probably the part that I'm most nervous about, not knowing how I'll find that sense of connection again because also I work from home. So, yeah, I'm a little bit nervous about that. But one thing that is so exciting for me about this move is the ocean. I am an Aquarius, and I miss being near the ocean so deeply, like the sound and the smell of the ocean. And, Minnesota has a lot of lakes. It's the length of like 10,000 lakes, beautiful lakes, but it's not the ocean. And, where I'm going to move, it's an island, surrounded by ocean. So I'm very excited about that part. So this is where I am. This was my little checkup. I'm still working, I'm still rebuilding, and I'm still just figuring things out. But also I'm still creating, and I am still dreaming, and I'm still showing up. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you next Friday.